What does the manager? Every time I turn around, you're gone. You're somewhere else. You're walking around the place, somewhere, the office somewhere. Right? Do managers have a tendency to do that? It's exaggeration. Oh, we do the same thing with our kids. Okay? Yeah. With kids, it's okay, though. You gotta slap them around a little bit. Who has kids in here? Not too many. I've raised 2 sets, so I'm an expert. I raised my own, and I raised my granddaughter, who graduates high school next month. Can't wait. So, don't use labels. That's another problem we have, particularly when we're working with people or managers. Don't use labels. Oh, you're so unprofessional. You're acting very immature. Okay? Those are labels. All they do is hurt the other person. It's not really effective feedback. Okay? Or, I mean, some managers, you're a moron. You're an idiot. Is that effective? No. It's just going to create resentment. It's going to cause pain. You know. So you don't want to start using labels. Right? Now, I know these are all kind of, oh, gee, how can I survive? It's hard to get out of the habit. I mean, we all get angry and, you know, I mean, moron is one of my favorites when I'm driving around. You know, oh, you moron, you know, somebody will cut me off. The difference is they don't hear me. So it's okay. Man, you see some real idiots on the road. Don't exaggerate. We kind of said this before. Don't make behavior worse than it actual, okay? Don't make it worse than it really is. So, and we have a tendency sometimes to exaggerate. Don't be judgmental. So you know, if you have employees, you're not their parent. You don't want to write like sad faces on their reports. You're not their parent. You're not their teacher. Okay? You're their manager. Right? So don't correct behaviors as if you're their parent. Like, you know, I had managers that used to come into the office and say stuff like, "Can't you sit up straight?" Like, I feel like I was home again with my mother. Okay? Anybody have a manager like that? Anybody ever have a manager like that other than you? No? Yeah. It's common. It's common practice. Also, encourage people to change. So, you want to focus on issues the recipient has the power to change. Okay? So you can't expect someone to change if they really don't have the power to change. Now, if somebody comes in late every day, they probably have the power to come in on time, right? So you don't want to focus on something somebody doesn't have the power to change. Okay? Like their understanding of a process. It may be beyond their intellectual capacity. And we have to realize also that, you know, not everybody in our departments, for example, are at the same level. And sometimes managers have several very high-performing employees, so now they're going to try to expect that same performance out of everyone. And some people can't do that. Some people are not good at multitasking. By the way, while we're on the subject of gender, here's another question. Who's better at multitasking, men or women?
Women. Women.
Wait, I
Women.
want to hear the women. What do the men think?
Women. Women. It's women.
Yeah, you're right. Oh, that you agree on.
She can raising the
Gossip, no.
cooking and the cleaning.
Multitasking, yes. Yeah, women are definitely better at multitasking. This is all this is just me. This is research. Okay, women are very good at they can what we call juggle a lot of balls in the air. Okay, men have a tendency to focus on, you know, they become very one-dimensional. Right? Right?
Yeah,
I'm not giving any secrets away. What?
that's contradict to what you said previously about gossip.
You don't like that? You look it up. You'll see I'm right. You look at the research. Men do gossip more than women. See, and you know why? Because that's a stereotype we have applied to women for many, many decades, that women just gossip more, and they really don't. Yeah, all right. I'm not going to make a convert out of you. That's okay. You're entitled to your opinion, even though it's wrong. But you're entitled to your opinion. What? okay, yeah, so they multitask so much, they have less concentration on specific issues because their concentration is spread among many, and it's true. You know, when you think about it, I mean, you know what I think my prejudice is? See, I have a prejudice here. I grew up in a house of women, all right? I had all sisters, no brothers. I was the only male, all right? And my father worked 15 or 18 hours a day, so he was never around, okay? So I guess I'm prejudiced. And it's true. I mean, if you think of the multitasking it takes to run a household versus just going to work every day, let me tell you, even if you have a woman who doesn't work, running a household is maddening, okay, because of the multitasking involved, right? Yeah. See, I have a deep appreciation. I can sympathize. I can empathize with the ladies, right? And it has benefits for me. All the ladies like me now. Build trust. So you want to work on long-term relationships, okay, by providing effective feedback. And again, if you have a manager who balances feedback and whose negative feedback, even though it's negative, it's presented in a positive light, it's just how you present it. So instead of saying, boy, you really blew that report, you're an idiot, instead of saying, I noticed you had some problems getting that report done. Is there anything I could do to have helped you more? You see the difference? It's perceptions. It's just how you present yourself. How do you give the feedback? And that's what you need to do as a manager. You want to build trust and build that longer-term relationship. And you can do it very effectively. Also, help people to accept compliments. Reinforce positive feedback and help people to hear it, acknowledge it, and accept it. A lot of people don't like compliments. Okay? Why? They get embarrassed. Okay? Some people get just as embarrassed being complimented in public as they do getting corrected in public. So sometimes you have to get people to overcome that. Right? You know, don't be shy about being complimented publicly. Okay? Learn to accept that as more of a building process. Hard to do. Some people are just, they don't, I don't want to be recognized. Just let me hide in the corner somewhere. All right? So, all of that is basically providing effective feedback. Everybody got that? Okay.
About compliments.
What?
About compliments. Some people doesn't like compliments to compliment another one, like your colleague in duty.
Oh, you mean they don't want to compliment a coworker?
Yes.
Yeah.
He maybe doesn't like this to compliment someone else. I need this for me. I want you to compliment me. I am doing a better job than him. Something like this.
Well, yeah, but you know why? Because some people feel what's the word they use? They lose face doing that. Okay. It's sometimes complimenting. Yeah, people don't like complimenting a coworker because to them it makes them look weak. Right. That's kind of a mental barrier, all right, or a feedback barrier, right? Mm-hmm. Very hard to get people to open up that way, but if you work in a team environment and you have team members that compliment one another for their contributions, you have a much more effective work team than when there is no communication, okay? Getting to that point is more difficult. That's something, if you're a manager, you have to kind of try to promote that a little more, but it is difficult. Some people do not want to, they feel, I don't know if it's shyness, they don't want to compliment another person. Either they're shy or they feel that makes them look weaker. I don't know what it is. Okay? Yeah. It's kind of like when your wife says the magic question that there's no answer to. Does this dress make me look fat? Don't ever answer that question. Because if you say no, you're wrong.
You will lose that trust.
It's like, if you say no, it's like, well, you are fat, but you don't look fat in that dress. If you say yes, you're wrong. There's no answer to that question, by the way. Okay? That's when you don't want to provide compliments or feedback. Got that?
Yeah.
Does this dress make me look fat? I learned many years ago, avoid that question. You know what? I'm really not the one to ask. Huh? Sure, why not? Can you write that on the exam? Yeah, who can argue? Ooh, that's